Hello, hello, hello. Am I live? Am I live? Am I coming through all right? Hello? Can everyone hear me okay? Or can anyone hear me okay? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. What's all this then? What's all this? Davos, how are we? Can you hear me okay? Hello? Can everyone hear me okay? How is everyone today? Everyone all right? Everyone doing okay? Yeah, everyone hear me all right? Volume coming through okay? Nothing coming through. There's the mic coming through okay? Can you all hear me all right? Oh, good, wonderful. I was a bit worried then because you're all saying hello to each other. I'm like, hello, can you hear me? 1 second. I'm just finishing the final little bits and bobs that I've just been playing around with. So yeah, how is everyone? Davos doing well. Adam, nice to see you. Jen, good to see you as well. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. For some reason my thing isn't sat right because the little arm was popped up on my chair, so I was about to go flying backwards. Got a new PS5. Cannot argue with that. Absolutely great when something like that happens. And I did see a picture before about that you've got Space Marine 2 back again, so we're going to have to jump in and have some games. Yeah, he just sold the last one, yeah. You also got your refund. Good man. Good man. Thrustmaster, hello, sir. How are we? I'm just going to have a little drink. Does everyone see me okay, hear me okay, everything looking okay? Right, so I thought we're going to carry on doing the Space Marine. But what I thought I'd do as well is, because a few people were asking me, so I've had a few messages on YouTube and I had one or two on Discord, is have I got any more pictures of Warhammer World and the exhibits? Now, I went back there in... Hang on a sec, something's squeaking here, it's doing my nothing. Obviously, I went there in December for my first time and I took like 400 odd pictures. So what I thought I'd do, because some people want to see it, is start the stream showing off some of the pictures of Warhammer World. And then the second half of the stream, jump back into Space Marine 1. How does that sound tonight? Nice and easy, just having a laugh, having a joke. Already had a message from... Oh, he's got two, has he? I've already had a message from... Oh, someone's in the background. I didn't even know. I couldn't even hear her. she's getting her pyjamas in case anyone couldn't hear that. Yeah, she's getting her pyjamas. I think she's off to go and get a bath, so if anyone's in, like Marshall, who's normally in the bath at the same sort of time, he'll be happy. Not usually really a console gamer. Against this, I've started developing VR games a few years ago, consider myself a console. Fair enough. I was the other way around, so I was always a console gamer. So I started life with, let's think back. So my very first one, Atari 2600, showing my age now. Then it was original Nintendo, Mega Drive, then Super Nintendo, and I think then it was straight to PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, Xbox, which I got for the kids. Jen's a big Xbox player. She'll probably tell you all the stuff that she's got. Don't have the pennies for a PC otherwise. Yeah. What's confusing? What's confusing? What are you confused about? What are you confused about? I don't know. Is Dan just being a dickhead? Is he just being a dick? Should have silenced him for 60 seconds. Actually, no, you can do it. You're a mod. You can silence people, you know. Main console used nowadays is Steam Deck. No, you know what? Jen wants one of them. I'm going to get one of them for her birthday. Oop, shouldn't have said that. Whoops. Swapping between profiles, yeah. Oh, he's on 2 channels. Fair enough. Ban hammer is out. Get it out. Get the hammer out. Anyone pisses you off? Dan's got his 2 profiles there. None of them are blue. I can't remember if I offered him or not. I can't remember if I actually said, do you want to be one or not? So people have been asking to show some pictures off. So I've just downloaded them all off my cloud and put them all together so we can have a little look. Can you ban Varrock? You can ban Varrock if he ever comes to watch, but I don't think he'll ever come and watch. I really don't. You know what? I might actually just put... I might put some... Davos, put some in the Discord, see if we can get some people to come over. See what they say. Tell you what, I don't know, it's all up to Jen whether we can do this. It's my... it's been a weird day for me today, and I'll go through it in a minute why. But it's my birthday on Thursday. So if Jen isn't convoying, should we have a birthday stream? And just fuck about and find out. Hang on, have I gone through 5 minutes, 31 seconds? We're all right then for a swore. Oh, he's live, is he? Yeah, it's as long as Jen, because she might have already arranged the convoy and whatnot, so I don't want to disrupt that. Because she's not really done much streaming. She's not been feeling too great recently. She's not really been... Her head's not really been in the right place to do it. So I've kind of been giving her a bit of leeway and letting her sort all that out. But yeah, we could do that. So I'm thinking tonight... We'll do, not sure what day you can, oh, fair enough. Tonight, have a look at some of the pictures for Warhammer World and also do a bit of Space Marine, the original. Tomorrow, because one of the lads wants me to do it, I'm going to do God of War. So I'm going to do it through the PlayStation, which I'll have going through all of this because I've got the remote play. And then maybe Thursday, we can go from there. So yeah, so going back to what I said, so today's has been a bit of a strange day. For those of you who know and those of you who don't know, I left, well, technically a lie, but it was my last day in my current employer today. So I am moving on. I'm going to start my new job on Friday. Technically don't finish until tomorrow, but Wednesdays is always my day off. So I'm technically finished. So I've got to go in the morning, drop my car off, and then I'm getting a lift over to the other place, picking another car up and coming up. Yeah. So it was kind of a weird day because I've kind of been just tossing it off for the last week or so. As you might have seen random times throughout the day, a new video go up and it's pinging on the ping code or on YouTube or whatnot, because I've literally just been sat there with my iPad or my phone just looking through the streams and seeing, oh, that was a good kill, right, we'll make a video of that. Oh, that was quite a good kill, we'll make a video of that. So if you go back probably over the last week, when you've seen a video pop up that's not on a Wednesday or a Thursday, that's been anywhere from 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock, that's because I'm just bored in work. I thought, I'll just make one. So I'm getting paid to make me videos. Not sure what they come. Officially got me Valfest booked off work last night. Very happy. Good. Yeah, because I start my new job on Friday. I'll be putting mine in, saying I can't work that. So I'll be booking off probably the Thursday. So Wednesday will be my day off, book the Thursday and go back in probably the following Wednesday, something like that. Have a week off. You want to have your PS5? Oh yeah, so yeah, tomorrow, because I'm doing God of War. Jed can't play on the PS5, so she can't do PC or PS5, but she does have a laptop and other gaming consoles and all sorts of other shit lying around the house, and a phone and an iPad and everything. And yeah, that you scared? Yeah, for some reason you're scared of your laptop. She thinks it's a monster and is going to bite her hands off. You know, when she closes it over. I don't know. It's just weird. Not really. So yeah, so that's kind of been my day. Tomorrow's going to be another weird day because obviously got to go and hand my car back in. I got some presents off work as well. They had a bit of a whip round and got me a few nice things. So I got a camera, an action cam, similar to what I've got, but I could use that for other things. But because I've got some already for Airsoft, which I got protection, I might give that to kids. Jen got blame your Xbox for smoking. Yeah, Jen's got PTSD because one of the Xboxes basically set on fire in the house when she was on her own, and she had to kind of throw it outside and whatnot. So anything electrical now, she freaks out. It's like she won't make a video in the day, on here like I would, just in case anything happens. Because she'd be halfway through making the video, then she'd be like looking down at the computer and looking at all the monitors and make sure there's no smoke coming out of them. So I've kind of got to be in the house and whatnot. So I'm just getting this wire out of the way because it's doing my nutting. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to drop my car off, going to get my new one. Then unfortunately we had an admin in work. She's only 15, passed away recently. She's at her funeral tomorrow. So I'll go and say goodbye, Kaz. Birthday Thursday. Hopefully do a birthday stream. What I might do is tomorrow, depending on what happens with the funeral and whatnot, I may not stream, or I may let Jen stream, or I may just stream, I don't know. Thursday birthday. What's the new car? It's gonna be, I don't know which version of it, but it's gonna be a Mini Countryman, so the biggest one that they do. So as far as I know, so I don't know if it's going to be, because they have different power outputs for the petrol. And you also have an electric one as well. So there's 170 brake on the base one, 204 brake on the next one, 300 brake on the top one, and 300 odd brake on the electric one. So keep an eye out for a box coming from... Hey, what? Keep an eye out for a box coming from you too. Oh, you're posting them Necron bits off that you said you got. Cool. Yeah. Nice one. But yeah, so tomorrow I'll be going picking the car up early in the morning, and then going to that funeral. So we'll see how we get on. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change screens over to this one. Is that the right one? I haven't shut it down, have I? There we go. Right. So it's looking a little bit small, but I'm going to make it slightly bigger. Just do that. I only put this together about 5 minutes ago. There we go. Right. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to have a little talk about some of the pictures that I saw. So you do have big Titus there when you first walk into Warhammer World. So you park up. Well, they will be in the box now. What's she saying shush about? I want to leave you just to talk shit. Go on, just carry on. I have no idea what you're talking about. So we're going to have a little chat about this. I'm just going to send a couple of little messages while I'm doing it to people, because I did promise them I'd send them, because they don't have like Discord and whatnot. Just to say I'm live and whatnot. So yeah, so we've got here then, when you first walk into Warhammer World, you walk in the main doors, and then as you walk through the main doors, just to the left you've got a reception desk for if you're going to be gaming, you can tell you what games you're on. Then you kind of walk around the back, and then you come to this bit where you see the big Titus. Just make it a bit bigger. There you go. So some of these might be a bit blurred because I haven't actually looked at these properly. I think I've sent a few to a few people. You said I'm going to make it bigger tonight if you play cards right, Jam. So yeah, that's the big Titus. So he stood there looking proud, big thunder hammer. I think if we go, you're going to have to be stood next to it. I've got to get a picture of you next to the hammer. Not Titus, just a hammer. Right, so I'm going to set... Oh, bring off that one. So then what we did was... This is when you first walk into the exhibit. So all of these... Let me see if I can zoom in and show you some a little bit better. So all of these here, they are all first generation metal Space Marines. Now, I've actually been given recently off a guy in work, or who I'm about to formally work with. These are all the original ones, which I've got a few in the box, and they're all kind of just monopose, so they were just all metal, and they're actually really, really small. They're, say a Space Marine's about that big. That's how big they are by comparison, so they're a lot smaller. Oop, God, sorry about that. That's how big they are by comparison. That's what she said. So yeah, they are really, really small, and some of the orcs in there as well. I've got some of them. They're all monoposed as well. So these are all like, when they first came out, so these are talking 30 odd years old. Absolutely brilliant they are. And there's like a, let's see if I can zoom in slightly. There you go. So that's all been set up. I think I've got a couple of pictures of them. That Land Raider as well, that design's been around for donkey's years, because I remember that Land Raider being around when I was there. And it's the same Land Raider. They haven't changed anything. But yeah, I just thought I'd leave it on the screen, let people have a little look just while I'm sending this little message here. I know a few people are messaging me about saying they can't, they're watching the Liverpool game and whatnot. Zooming in there, you can see a few more of them. A decent camera this, isn't it? Zoom right in like that. Can anyone tell me in chat what chapter they are? Davos, not you. You'll know. I want to see if anyone else can. Come on, anyone at all, tell me what chapter they are. Anyone? Anyone at all? No clue? Okay. No. Well, the blue. Yeah, something to do. Crimson Fists. Well in, Dan. Crimson Fist, yeah. That's what they were. Because Crimson Fist, believe, were the on the box art for the second. So what's it called? Second incarnation. So the original incarnation was Rogue Trader. So I think for version 2, it was Crimson Fist on the box art, and that's where all these came from. Crimson, yes, they did. Crimson Fist did exist before Imperial Fist, because now in the lore, Crimson Fists are a sub-chapter to Imperial Fists, but they came around first, which is always everyone likes pointing that out to Valrak and pissing him off. Then you had a couple of people. So this was done in 1995, and this is obviously the Rock of Caliban. So there's going to be a lot of Dark Angel stuff in there that I took pictures of, and you can see there. Very old, it's not as nice, but that was the original Azrael, and there you go. Let you read that. But yeah, 1995, Mike McVeigh. A Watcher in the Dark there, carrying his helmet, and an Azrael. Sorry if they're a bit blurred. I tried to take a few, but it was that busy, people knocking into you and whatnot. You have so much to learn. No, everyone's got loads to learn when playing the game. Absolutely loads. Let me just carry on sending these. Then you go into the exhibit all A, which is all of the AOS stuff and the fantasy stuff. So you've got like a big siege here by these orcs. They're sieging, I believe, Britonia, I believe. I think there are more pictures, so you'll get to see. I'm just trying to work it out from the banner. See if we've got a better picture. So there's some orcs working their way in. There you go, there's some better ones. So yeah, I think... Are they... Yeah, Britonia. Is that Empire or Britonia, Davos? Is that the Empire steamer? Yeah, it's Empire, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's Empire, sorry. Who am I sending these to now? Why am I so far down here? Okay. Yeah, but I think they're Empire. Yeah, just let us know. I'll come with you. It's only a couple of hours away. It's like 2-hour drive there, 2-hour drive back. But you got like little dragons up here flying around with orcs on them. So it was pretty cool. So that's the first exhibit you see as you walk in. And then that's quite old models as well. That was I didn't read what that was, but I think that's similar sort of age to the other one. And then you got Tomb Kings, which is pretty cool. All the little skeletal riders. Just zoom out so you can see a little bit more. Yeah, you don't need to learn the lore to play the game. Dan's right there. You don't. No, you don't need. You don't need to know the lore to play the game. A lot of the competition players, they don't have a clue what they are, and yeah, don't like competition players anyway. They're what's. You know what? I don't always agree with what he says, but Valrak's right on this one, where there should be 2 sets of rules. There should be 1 set of rules for the competition players and the meta players and those fucking idiots, and there should be 1 set of rules for just us, who just like to have a fuck around, not really asked about what's the best. Because if you think about it, right, let's say they have one, yeah, you got a tank or you got a unit and you love that unit and it's doing well for you, and that unit suddenly then becomes meta, and then Nobed, who goes gaming, he then gets 3 of them units, absolutely smashes everyone, and then all of a sudden, Games Workshop nerf it, and then your model, you've just spent your hard-earned money, you've just spent 50 quid, 60 quid, 70 quid on this model. You can't afford to go and get 3. You've spent up, you've saved up, you've got this model, you've loved it, you've painted it and everything. Some Nobed uses 3 of them, they get nerfed, you can't use it. It's just sat there. Or you use it and you just get beat. I'm fucking... lone tournament fighter holding off the casuals. Davos, we'll fight then, me and you. I need to mute my phone actually. 14th of June. Yeah, I should be free around about then. What do I mean meta? So I only just learnt this phrase. So meta is what they'll do is they'll see what the latest best models are. So Games Workshop are really, really clever. Not a lot of people twig onto this. So what they'll do is they'll bring out the lore, or the rules I should say, for all the factions. So 10th edition comes out, certain factions were kicking ass, some factions were shite. So what they'll do is throughout the thing, they'll balance it so that they move around, and suddenly these will get good, suddenly these will get shit and whatnot. But what they'll do is they will buff or nerf certain models. And when they buff them, the tournament players will read that and they will put the best army out based on what's the current meta. So the current group of models, which is the best, and they call that the meta. And what they'll do is they'll constantly change it. So they'll go out, they'll spend a fortune, get the meta models, they'll get buffed, they'll go out and buy the next meta models, they'll get nerfed, sorry, then they'll go out and buy the next ones. And Games Workshop do it quite deliberately. And what they'll do is you'll notice all the models at the very beginning of 10th, which were dominated, Inceptors, Aggressors, the Gladius, the Oath of Moment for the Space Marines. What else was there? There's a few of them. Basically, they got nerfed to fuck. And now if you look at them, nobody takes them in a competitive list because the points value is too high for what they offer to you. So there's other models that will do better. So what's the best at the minute? It's subjective, but what the army that won the big tournament in America, the Las Vegas Open, so LVO, was actually, I believe, Imperial Agents, which nobody plays. But that's the thing. It's not who's got the biggest guns, the strongest guns, the best melee, the best. It's purely about who can block off the table by spreading all their units out. This is why Horde armies win all the time. Spread their armies out to stop people deep striking in, and it's all about taking the objective, scoring the points, doing the side quests, doing this, doing that. It's not about fighting anymore. It's kind of like they're trying to make it into like a chess board, and it's like, nah. That's why whenever we go Warhammer World, we don't play 10th edition rules. That's why when me and you when we went to Coops, I was asking what you're doing. You're playing proper 40k rules, or are you just having a fight? Because I'd rather just have a fight. I'd rather just have an army that fights like an army. Two sides, fight. Whoever wipes the other one out wins. Rather than going, right, I've got this unit, it moves this speed, and it's got this toughness, so I'll send it to that objective and hold that one. And I've got this one, and he'll run around and stop him from taking that one. And I'm just like, oh, no, fuck that. I just want to fight. That's all it is. Definitely a modeler and a paint. Yeah. Look at the dice as well. Yeah, it can be. But it's a lot of it is to do with knowing the army. So the people who go these tournaments, they know my army, your army, Jen's army, everyone's army better than we know it. They know how you'll do it, so they'll spend hours and hours and hours creating this meta list of it can beat whoever it goes up against. And yeah, it's just I hate it. Sorry, let me just send these last couple. Let's move on to the next page. So yeah, just a different angle, so you can see all the hordes coming through there. You can see how busy it is when you see in the background in a minute. But yeah, you've got all these little. So this one, Tomb Kings, these are all models from when I remember Tomb Kings coming out properly when I worked there. So I worked there in like 2002. So you're talking 13 years. These models are all like 13 years old. 23 years old at least. Almost exclusively a tournament nowadays. I find it the best use of my money on models. So also practical application for my autism needed to be analysed and stuff. Yeah, fair enough. I get that. But Games Workshop are rinsing the tournament players, and the way that they're doing it, and this is why they're going more down tournament rules, is because they'll take a unit and they'll make it right at the very beginning. That's the best models you can have. That's going to win all the tournaments. Then they'll nerf the shit out of them because they'll then go, right, they've bought all these. We now want them to buy these. So we're going to make these models the best models that you can get. So everyone comes and buys them, paints them, uses them, wins some tournaments. And then they go, oh, they're too hard now. We're going to nerf them. We're going to buff these. But it's not the original ones that people have already got. No, they're not coming back and being strong. They'll do a third lot and go, oh, they're all going to be the tough ones now. So everyone goes out, buys them, paints them, and then all of a sudden they'll do it again. But not the original ones. They won't put the original aggressors, the inceptors and whatnot. They'll just leave them. They might give them a tiny bit of a buff to give people hope, but they'll always do it to something new. And that's how they make the money. Had he been an EC player and having 17 total Marine data, yeah, it's nice having a smaller army. That's why I'm doing Custodes now. So I've got Dark Angels, Custodes. Because Dark Angels are really easy to play. It's like you've got Deathwing, 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 Hellblasters, Deathwing, fight. Yeah, I'd say a scrap. I find that's better. That's why I like Warhammer World when we were there. It was just 2 armies. Set your armies up. Use the cover as you want. Fuck the objective. Because when in a battle, apart from maybe going to assault, like take a specific area. When was it? There was 5 areas. Oh, we've got to take and hold it, and just sit there on 5 different areas. It's not. It's I can understand going for 1. So somewhere in the middle of the battlefield there is a ammo cache you've got to get to. Got to take it and hold it before they do. All right, fine, easy enough. Two armies going to fight, but when you've got to go in, then you've got a unit that can't now shoot because they've got to go off and do something else, which is to scan some bollocks. You wouldn't be going scanning some bollocks if you're in the middle of it. Don't get me started. Just stripping the paint from the EC. What have you done now? Well, you're not going for yellow. Are you stripping all the yellow off? Is that what you're doing? Hey, sorry, back to these anyway. Right. You zoom back out of these. Right. So that was where they were breaking in, and you got. I love these little cobras, skeletons riding cobras. Perfect. And a big skeletal dragon flying around. So let's get off some AOS. So this was pretty cool. So you got some orcs coming through. The foliage looks fantastic. This is still there actually. Them waves is gorgeous. Now I think they used a bit of resin and PVA glue. That's all you have to do for that. Taking a build driver rest. Oh, fair enough. I'd gone purple again. Yeah, I nipped out and bought a load of the colours because we're going. Jen wants to go all the Codex colours. She quite likes it. Now she's seen the pink from the Codex and she's seen them all lined up. It's grown on her. But yeah, these are pretty cool. Like turtles with backpacks on them. Got freaking teeth on that turtle there. Another turtle. But yeah, that's a pretty cool one. Different angle. I think the fight is it orcs. Yeah, going against orcs. But now, pretty good diorama. I know we're all waiting for the 40k. No, fair enough. Yeah, autocorrect pisses me off as well. Different angle again. Now, this was brilliant, right? So, what they've done is they've done a centralised diorama with perspex all the way around it. But, as you can see there, they've cut little slats underneath it, so they're showing all like the different levels, which I thought was pretty cool. There's a few like that. So you got Tomb Kings again, I believe this is. A few more bits and bobs. I just don't know why they should sell things like that. They should sell like doors like that because people would buy it. Just the terrain like that, people would buy it. That's a shite one. Sorry, that was a bad picture. He was pretty cool on the top. Good camera that way. It zoomed in. It got him quite good. There's that moon face that Jen took a picture of as well. We showed the other day. See being modular back in the day and Scratch building Earthfox stuff. I look seeing diagrams. Yeah, I love them. I absolutely love them. I could just sit here and analyse it all day and look at what they've done and all the little Easter eggs people have put in, especially with the 40k stuff, because I can always see the Easter eggs in it. Nurgle, all the Nurgles on the way. You can see all the corruption going all over like the castle and everything. There's a big Nurgle demon. They used to sell that. I think they still sell that. You could possibly get that, Jen, as a demon prince for your Nurgle. That'd be quite cool. I don't know what his name is. Davos will probably tell us, but I have no idea who that is. Just look at that. All the heavy metal paint is just going mad and just sitting there all day just painting these. It's brilliant. Great Unclean one. Everyone loves. AOS do have the best models, but I think the law's shite. Sorry, that's a bit of a duff one. That's a duff one. Got that for Jen. There you go. I got your boy's the Beast of Mortrix. There you go. Jen, have a look for a Beast of Mortrix. But that's the one Jen's currently painting. So that's Scarbrand, who Game Right will know well because he did some damage. But yeah, that's what you wanna get a picture of this one, Jen. Because that's how you need to paint it. So Scarbrand's got a really cool backstory actually. So he challenged. So he was just a standard bloodthirster, but he was pretty good at his job and killed a lot of people and brought a lot of skulls for the Skull Throne and blood for the Blood God. But he got too big for his pants and basically challenged Khorne. And Khorne just kicked him all the way across the warp into a sun, and all his wings burnt off. So that's why you look at his wings; they're all chains, and also his face has been burnt off, and part of his horns are all gone as well. So he challenged Khorne and got shit kicked out of him. But he's a big, thick boy. I mean, look at them thighs. You can tell he doesn't miss leg day. I don't think he misses any day at the gym. It's not a good picture. Sorry, there's a bit of a close up. But he's pretty cool. That's the standard, Jen. I want you to paint him to. If it's less than that, I'm not going to accept it. So some other ideas for Demon Princes that I took a few pictures of. I mean, look at that for painting. Be nice one day we could all paint like that, wouldn't it? I mean, just little things just there on the leather. So black leather with blue tinge highlights, and like bluey grey highlights and stuff. I like the leather here, which is black, just with highlights of red on the outside to give it that effect. So cool. It wasn't a good picture, sorry. So good. It is so good, isn't it? And then look at this, like Bloodthirster. Just look at their threads in the muscle over here. That's the things I look at when I'm trying to paint. I mean, that's just dry brushing a bit of grey over the top. That's just dry brushing. You can see where the silver there is edge highlighted and dry brushed. But I like this because it's not like the Space Marine. Let's edge highlight every single bloody edge. Excuse me. So there's no continuity to it whatsoever. That's a shite one. Oh, there you go, Jen. Jen's favourite boys. The affectionately known puppy dogs of the Warhammer 40k universe. So them two things, they're the Beasts of Nurgle. They are basically puppy dogs. So what they do is they're unleashed on the battlefield. I say unleashed. They basically see someone and want to play with them. But because they're so big and rotten and strong, they basically run over you, hug you, squeeze you and kill you. And realise that you're not playing anymore and then move on to the next and move on to the next. So they don't kill you for killing's sake. They kill you by accident. They're absolutely brilliant. And they're really good on the battlefield. You just need to have Demon Alan Titchmarsh lead them. Horticulus Slimux. Yeah, Demon Alan Titchmarsh. Look at that one, that's pretty cool. I just love this effect that they get here from the dark blue all the way down to the yellows. Dark green, sorry, all the way to the yellows. Yeah, I look like a frog, yeah. Rotigus in the background there. There's Demon Alan Titchmarsh, this is him. Horticulus Slimux. That's his name. So he's riding around on a demon snail. And he's just sat there with a bone in his mouth, like he's in the deep south of America, with a big-ass axe. But he leads these guys, the Beast of Nurgle. And they're pretty good on the battlefield, actually. Beast of Nurgle took out, I think, a shitload of my Terminators. And he's great too. Yeah, Horticulus Slimux is great, but because you don't fancy saying Horticulus Slimux all the time, so Demon Alan Titchmarsh is easier because he tends Nurgle's garden, so he's a gardener. So Alan Titchmarsh. Oh yeah, that's that one Davos was on about before. Beast of Mortrix, there he is. Rotigus. So Rotigus is a named Great Unclean One, like Scarbrand's a named Bloodthirster and whatnot. Bad picture. There you go. Shalaxi was the hardest character in the 40k universe. Has been nerfed in the new EC rules, so we'll have to see what she's like now. Hopefully she's still pretty decent. But it'd be interesting when Jen fields a side of her and Fulgrim, like she did against Game Right when she done Scarbrand and Angron. That's going to be interesting. That's just a standard Keeper of Secrets. So she's just like the leader of them. She's just... Her whole she's basically a huntress. She just goes after characters and just murders them. She's wiped. We've done a one-on-one a few times of the lion versus. I think the lion's only beat her a handful of times. Yes, yes, my girl boy. Yeah. As you can see, one boob, no boob. One boob, no boob. One boob, no boob. It's always the same one. You ever notice? They never swap it around. Lord of Change. So that's the one for Zeech. There's one of Jen's favourites as well. She's got one of these. Painted that colour, actually. Apart from this isn't. They're black. And there's a few other design things that I've done. But yeah. Soul Grinder. That's what it's called. Dodgy implants, yeah. Only one worked. One took, the other one grew out. There is Lord of... Oh, no, that's Kairos Fate Weaver. So, Kairos Fate Weaver. There are places in the warp where the demon... the gods live, the chaos gods, that even they won't go to. So basically Kairos Fate Weaver was thrown in by Zeech into this what's it called? It's like a warp vortex thing. He got through into that and came out with 2 heads. Yeah, Kairos Fate Weaver. Yeah, Lord of Change is cool. But yeah, he's basically the Lord of Change with an extra head. I was buying this for Jen. So the plan was, when we went Warhammer World, I was going to buy Celeste. So Celeste basically is a demonette just on the top of a giant, as you can see there. But she's not in the rules anymore. So she's disappeared from the rules. So I didn't get her in the end. And I double-checked that on the morning to see if she was in there, because we took the rule book with us to Warhammer World just to see. I was going to take it in and wind everyone up, say I've got it, but I thought they might have took it off me. But yeah, Celeste. So there's the big giant that she walks around on. She's quite a big model, in fairness. Yeah, she would have been good to have. She would have been really good to have. That, I have no idea what that is. Obviously something Zeechy, because it's with all the Zeech, but it's going to be something AOS based. So I have no idea what that is. It's something to do with AOS. If anyone knows, put it in the comments. Big, great, unclean one. Sat there. Looks like he's having a bath. Another great unclean one. Yeah, it is Slanesh based, yeah. Another great unclean one. Just love like the edge highlight in here. That's just dry brush. That's all it is. I mean, they obviously do it by hand, but you could just dry brush all that. So paint it, undercoat it with Xandri dust, ink it with a couple of very, very thin greens. So it builds up inside the recesses as a darker green, but on the outside it stays lighter. And then dry brush over the very, very tops, back with Xandri dust again, or another sort of putrid yellow. And then you just paint all these. And that's how you get that skin tone. It's quite an easy one, that. But it's very, very effective. Be'lakor. Be'lakor, but the fantasy version. And you can tell because of this thing here. So Be'lakor, you can actually put 2 bodies at its feet. You can put a knight, like that one. Or you can put Space Marine. And obviously we're going to be playing it in 40k, which I'm kind of worried now that Be'lakor might not be playable in the 40k universe because of the way that they're doing all the demons. But such a lovely model. Also, if you ever enter a modelling competition, or sorry, a painting competition, great model to paint, really, really easy, and always does well because it's such a nice model. No idea what that is. Something to do with Khorne in AOS. That is Archeon. So originally, he was... I've got the metal version of him on a horse. But if anyone's got the on-foot version of him, which I believe was a Games Day model, it's quite a rare thing, and it's quite valuable as well, so you can get some decent ones. That's who you're going to do for the competition. Well, it got announced the other day. Oh, Ad, you might want to do this as well. So... there's a painting competition at the Warhammer we went into. If you go onto their Facebook, they got the dates. I think you've got to have it in there for late April and it runs through to early March. Yeah. There's that one. That's some sort of Chaos Beast from AOS. I just like the colours on it. Another Soul Grinder. Took pictures of them because I know Jen loves the Sword Grinder. Lord of the Rings, so Rohan. So you got Riders of Rohan coming in. Uruk-hai. Yeah, burning everywhere. Didn't really look too much around this when I was there, because I noticed the thing on the wall that I showed you on the last one, the sword. But an Oliphant, I've got one of them. Got it in a box, funnily enough, just behind me. I really need to put that back together again and paint it. Just touching the paints because I've already painted it. So I got a load of the Haradrim and an Oliphant as well. But I don't think mine's got these little bits on its tusk. I think mine are just normal tusks, because mine's one of the very first edition ones, because that's an updated one. Still got all my metal ones. I've got like Metal Sauron, Metal Lurtz, as you can see up here, Metal Saruman. I've still got Metal Sauron, as you can see there. That was one of the very first models I ever painted working for GW, because that came out. So Elendil and Isildur there. Metal Sauron, which I think is plastic now. I've got Metal Shelob. I've got these two. All the Hobbits too. Yeah, I've got all the there's my gut hanging out there. I've got. I don't have any wraiths apart from on foot, and I do have one winged ring wraith, which is a metal one. But yeah, that's the one that I showed you the other day. And then we move on to these, so you go into them 40k. So big Warlord Titan with Belisarius Call there. Nazgul, yes, that's it, Nazgul, ring wraiths. This is pretty cool, this, because they've done like little windows here, people looking out, seeing what's going on. Just little touches like this, I think, is brilliant. Just whoever's put it all together just thought, oh, just put that there, just put that there. I thought one of the kids was coming in then. But Belisarius Call, that's such a cool model. I'd love to get that just to paint it, because it looks just so intricate and so detailed. Because when I worked there, the AdMech weren't a thing. That you knew of them, but there was no models for it. So I was quite surprised when I came back to playing and looking at the lawn, looking at the models. So all the new ones. Tau just came out when I started. Necrons just came back out in plastics. They're all metal. So all the things like the Monolith first came out. The Wraiths were metal. You had the Destroyers. You had the Warriors and whatnot. And they had on their Gauss flayers, they used to put a little piece of Illuminous plastic in there to mimic the colour. Yes, Demand Dark Mechanicum, that would be pretty cool. But there was no Mechanicus, there was no World Eaters, no Death Guard, no Thousand Suns, because they're more recent anyway. There was no Knights, no Chaos Knights or Imperial Knights. There was no Custodes. You basically had the Space Marines, the Imperial Guard, you had some Sisters of Battle, Tau, Orcs, Chaos, Eldar, Dark Eldar. You had no Votan. That's about it, really. Oh, Tyranids. But Tyranids looked a lot more like aliens from the film Alien. They looked a lot more back at them. They've obviously altered it slightly to make them look more like, because that's what they were based on. Starship Troopers. That's what Tyranids were based on. That. If Valrat was here, he'd be getting a hard on right now. There you are. The Imperial Fists. There he is, Rogel Dawn. I loved it. I don't know why they didn't put these in. These big dreads. Not Contempt. Leviathan Dreadnoughts. Siege Dreadnoughts. Brilliant. Sigismund, probably the hardest person in the hardest Space Marine, or toughest, best fighting Space Marine in the whole of 30k. There's not many who could beat him. Even these days. I mean, Primaris would give him a good fight because they're bigger and stronger. But Sigismund is tough as fuck. Sigismund was 1,000 years old, fought Abaddon and still wounded him, which was quite impressive. You were good guys. Bad picture, sorry. There's Rogel Dawn, El Quiffy himself. Sigismund went on to make the Black Templars. So he was the founder of Black Templars. The Pompadour. I can't remember the exact name of it, but they call it the Pompadour. So it's the big Forge World Titan. So there's like the Armigers. There's the normal Knights, and that's the big Pompadour. Big fucker. Custodes, so that's the one I want. The Telemon Dreadnought. I was going to get one of these, but they had no stock of it. So you've got like these things here are Forge World. Obviously you've got your normal Custodes here, Wardens. These flyers are all Forge World as well. Freaking expensive. These are pretty good to have in a Custodian army. So they're like jump pack warriors. And then you've got the Battle of Prospero. So you got Magnus. And that was the original. So if you look at them, they're now blue with the gold, like from Space Marine 2. But that was the original armour of the Thousand Suns, was the red. It was the red with the gold trim. Kind of like World Eaters, but World Eaters are red with the silver trim. And you got here big cataphracty Terminators. What am I drinking? Baby Sham. All right, Kyle, mate. yeah, a bit of Baby Sham. Yeah. Getting on it. Yeah, that was the Battle of Prospero. So if you read the Thousand Suns book and then Prospero Burns, it's all about this planet here. And that's it there. So it's all marble, white marble. And the Custodes and the Space Wolves, they were the ones who basically come and leveled it. So if you look very, very closely, there is Lehman Russ and his wolves chasing him and everything. And there's Magnus, so they're about to fight. And you can actually see the size difference. Crumb's not had that in age. I've never had it. Never had Baby Sham. Never had it, so I've no idea. But yeah, you can see the models there are much bigger because the Primarchs. There you go. There's a size difference. But I keep mistaking them with Word Bearers, but that was the old Thousand Sun colours. And there's his big wolf that he had with him. And there's Magnus before he developed horn tits. I think the horns just moved from up here on his head down to his titties. But you can see like they've still got the same idea, but basically the gold remained and it just changed to blue. I don't know why they went to blue. I think that was a better colour. It's like the World Eaters look far better in white and blue. The Dark Angels, the black and the red. Why they changed that to green? I'll never fucking know. There's a better picture there. That's the Widnes baby milk, isn't it? That's what we give all the kids. Now, you should put a bit of vodka in with the milk and, before it curdles, make sure they drink it. Then you've got some Firstborn. A lot of this is Firstborn because a lot of these dioramas were made a couple of years back before Primaris came out. But you've got here Imperial Fists. This is Horus Heresy again. And I'm trying to work out who they are, but I can't tell from that. I'm guessing they might be Sons of Horus because of the colour. Current job on ETS will pay me 50k. Not bad. Is that good? Is it? Is that good, Jen? You and Nigel, you know more about it than me. But look at that. Look at the size of him. That's all Horus. I love the fact that Horus Heresy have a shitload of tanks, different types of tanks, different types of units. But 10,000 years later, you've got fuck all by comparison. So if you look at that there, you've got the Land Raider, which has changed, which is that one. You've got the drop pods, which are more like this, not like the really good ones like this. That's gone. That's gone. That's gone. You've got a Rhino. I think when it first came out, you could take all these different tanks, and then all of a sudden you went, oh, everyone's bought them now. Right, you're not having them anymore now. How good would 40k be with all different tank line? You literally just take a line of tanks, but different ones, not like, oh, I'll take a different variant of Gladiator, an Impulsor, and this, that, and the other. Biggest transporter of Baby Shem in the UK. In a Land Raider, yeah. Got the size of that Titan there. So, there, as you can see, of its feet, that's a Rhino. That's about the same size as a Land Raider. And you can just see the freaking size difference from a Warlord Titan. It's ridiculous. Expensive too. You're probably talking just for that gun, a couple of £100 made in resin. Just for that gun, a couple of hundred. The one behind it, the one on the other side. And then the body itself, you're talking an easy grand. Easy grand. So that's probably a £2 model right there. Oh, she said. I really want a Chaos Titan, but it's too big for the battlefield. The only one really, unless you're playing a big number game, is a Warhound. That's the only one really you can get. You're a Lone Ranger in the truck sim, no workers. You are, aren't you, love here? Yeah, but Imperial Fists, I think they're Sons of Horus. Can't quite tell. It's a blurred picture, I'm sorry. There's Sons of Horus, that colour, yeah. But is they the Mournival in that darker colour? Can't quite tell who they are. Anyone in chat, tell me who these ones are, in the black and the red. Is that the Mournival? Is that Abaddon and... yeah, I can't tell who that is, I'm not sure. But yeah, there's Sons of Horus in that sort of teal colour. Because these were the 2 units that they put in the original Horus Heresy. Apparently in the Horus Heresy version 3 that's coming out, according to Valrak's Whispers of the Warp, it's going to be Salamanders versus Iron Warriors, which will be quite cool. Lunar Wolves. Sorry, yes, it's not Sons of Horus. These are Lunar Wolf colours. You're right. Sorry, they're Lunar Wolves. Actually, no, they are Sons of Horus colours. No, they are Sons of Horus colours. Because Lunar Wolves were white, weren't they? And then they turned to this colour for Sons of Horus. It's just them. I don't know what they are. I know the Cataphracti armour, but I've no idea what they are. It's not the Mournival because there's only 4 of them. I have no idea. I better take some cough medicine, but it tastes disgusting. After the first book, they changed to Sons of Horus. They do, yeah. But they were white. If you remember Horus, he was dressed all in white because they were Lunar Wolves. Then the Sons of Horus was that colour, and then that's where they got the eye. See on the flyer up here, they've got that eye. That was the Eye of Horus, because obviously Horus is named after the Egyptian god of Horus, and the Eye of Horus is Egyptian mythology. So on this Inceptor up here, that blue was then the Sons of Horus colour, which the Emperor said he could change his name to the Sons of Horus if he wanted to. But then he went black when he became Warmaster, Chaos Warmaster. Back to this one again, yeah, because they're quite close to each other. There's Leman Russ and Magnus. Yeah, white then green colour, cool. I thought I wasn't going crazy. I was confusing myself then. But yeah, there's Magnus. You can see there's the horn tits up on his shoulder. So you literally must just get them out and just like stick them there. I'm just like looking at the boys. Leman Russ, hard as nails. Got the shit kicked out of him by the line. Thank you very much. Anyone know who that is? Anyone know who that is? Okay, I've been on nearly an hour just talking shit. Nothing worse than having a persistent cough, that's true. That is, anyone? That's Vulcan, Primarch of the Salamanders. Salamander Man. Vulcan, there you go, Ad. Stormcast Eternal model. Fuck off, Davos. They're just called... Oh, they're just Cataphracti Praetors. Perfect. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Dan. Back to them 2 again. Took a few of them. There he is, the king of the Excel spreadsheet. Robert Gurleyman himself. You're not good with names. I'm pretty good with names, especially when it comes to 40k. Customers, though, who come buy cars from me. Like, I had a lady come up to me today saying, I've loved my car, it's brilliant, I've had it a year, you were awesome, blah, blah, blah. I had no idea it was. I am shit when it comes to that. I'm so sorry if you ever bought a car from me, because I just can't remember who you are. Yeah, I am absolutely rubbish. Well, that's a pretty good one. Go on, who were them 2? Giga Chad. That's who I was first going to do when you first started. Yeah, you was. Not that model, because that's the resin one from 30k. Mr. Excel shared spreadsheet himself. Wonder why you didn't recognise me. Hey, what? You one of these? Fulgrim, yep. Yeah. Anyone know who that one is? I'll give you a clue if I point here. Yeah, Headless Nick. Yeah, that's Federus Manus. So that's they basically fought each other on Isfan 3. And yeah, he basically made that hammer for him, and he made a sword for him, and he used the sword that he made to cut his head off. And he died quite early on. Your father. Headless Manus. Your father, Fulgrim. Oh, you bought a car from me, did you? That's why, yeah. I did wonder why I recognise you at Valfest. I'm like, I recognise him from somewhere, but I just don't know who. That's a better picture. But yeah, that's the first Fulgrim model. Then in a bit, you'll see the other Fulgrim model, and obviously we know what the newest Fulgrim model, and that's the 3 stages of Fulgrim. XS to the max, and then Age and Rockstar at XS. That's what I call the new one anyway. And there's Neatly Headless Nick. Not a great picture, unfortunately. I will buy one of every stock. Corvus. I like Corvus Corax. I quite like him. Proper emo kid, but I like Corvus Corax. I hope he comes back. I do want him to do what people have been saying though, which is Lorgar has to come back first because Corvus Corax is chasing him through the warp. So Magnus comes back, he comes back. Very underrated Primarch in my opinion. Absolutely loved him to bits. Absolute shit the way that they got rid of him. Conrad Kurz. Yeah, so Conrad Kurz could see the future. Basically beat the shit out of Rogel Dawn. Beat the shit out of a few of the Primarchs as well. Had a fight with a lion. Could read the future, but the lion still kicked the shit out of him because everything the lion does is just all muscle memory. So he never used his head, and he just basically changed as he was mid-fight. How did he die again? He died. He had an assassin, a Calidus assassin, sent to kill him, and knew he was going to die. Knew what the Calidus assassin was going to do. Was so bored with life, just let him. Just let Calidus assassin kill him. Yeah, which I thought was absolute waste of his talents, absolute waste of a character, because he basically is just evil Batman. Yeah. If I was to do a Chaos Army, I would do Night Lords. Especially with that new upgrade sprue that came out for the kill team. That's what I would do. Yeah, Kerr's your favourite schizo, that's true. Yeah. Evil Batman. Now, who's that? Wrong answers only. Night Lords are cool. That's what I'm currently doing. Because I don't know what to do. I'm currently painting Jen's Heldrake for this competition at the local Warhammer as Night Lord's colour. But she may want to use the Heldrake. So I say Hellbrute, sorry, I meant Heldrake. She may want to use the Heldrake in a EC army. So do it pink. Oh my god. Yeah, that might be the right answer though, so we don't know. Yeah, that could be Alferis, could be Omegon, we don't know. We don't even know which one's dead. Conrad Kurz, yeah, death is nothing compared to Vindication. Very true. There he is. One of the best models they've ever made. That is him. Now, I didn't know this until Valrak said it, so I need to double check to see if this is true, so if someone could just check. But apparently, he can climb out of the tail and fight on foot and then put the tail back on. Now, I don't know if that's in one of the books, but I'm not up to that in the books yet. But apparently, yeah, he can jump the tail, be a normal man with multiple arms. Don't know if he loses the wings or whatnot, fight, and then jump back in again. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. No, his final words will be Vindication Rack, give 5 members. That'll be his death stir. Or his death final words. But look at this. This arm is gorgeous. Little mutated bit of skin there with eyes. He's a transformer. That's the old Emperor's Children colour, Jen, which is more purpley. So if you wanted to go Conrad, no, I don't think they'll bring Conrad back. Well, I'll say never. Valrak's right in terms of they want to make money. Could bring him back. It would just be a case of how. Yeah. Is that the one you like, Jen? Yeah. So maybe we'll look at doing them colours. I just need to figure out what colour that is. Alfarius. Sorry, that was a shit picture. Everyone's most hated Primarch, who I think is kind of not underrated, but misunderstood. Because he was very, very easily manipulated by Corferon and the other little prick who everyone hates. Don't like to speak his name. Who's the chaplain? Who's the word bearer chaplain everyone hates? Who caused Horus to turn to chaos. Corferon was a prop Erebus. That's it. Thank you. Well in, Jen. But yeah, Corferon and Erebus basically colluded to make him be a little bitch. But Conrad's coming for you, so unlucky Lorgar. These are pretty cool. That is from the Word Bearers. If you've actually read the first Heretic book, the very first demons that basically a Marine turns into a demon were part of them. And we talked about it. Erebus is a twat. Me and Dan talked about it on stream one night. What are they called? Basically, if you Google Word Bearers Elite Troops, that's what they are. And they were a demon inside them, and they turned into demons and were basically ripping Ultramarines apart for fun. But I cannot remember what they're called now. Oh, that's going to do my nutting. Someone please put me out my misery in chat. What they called? Word Bearer Elite. And he was a certain character who dies in the Heresy, because unfortunately someone spoiled it for me. Mind you, it's been out for years, so. But yeah, if anyone could tell me who that is and what they are from the Word Bearers, I'll be much appreciated, because it's really pissing me off now that I can't remember what he's called. Dan knows, he's just not telling me. We'll move on until someone in chat puts it up there. And there's Erebus, prick. Corferon, bigger prick. That you know. Gal Vorbak, thank you Davos. The Gal Vorbak. Argyle Tal, that's him. Yeah, I quite liked Argyle Tal in the book. I really liked him. When you get to First Heretic, you will really like Argyle Tal, the Anointed. Yeah, the Gal Vorbak. Yeah. You'll really like him. Shit what happened to him, but you'll really like him. Not sure who that is, but he's just one of the Space Wolves. Apparently these are coming back in a big way as well for the new Space Wolves. Davos is the Oracle. Yeah. Oh yeah. Carbander. The biggest Bloodthirster model that you could get. Quite expensive, Forge World resin. Blood Angels fighting against Carbander and, excuse me for burping, a lot of Cornite demons, but still got some of their old stuff. So I'm guessing this is still 30k, because Sanguinius does rip Carbander's face off and shit all over it. And I believe, there he is. Yeah, so this is 30k because there's the man himself. I think I did get a better picture than that. There he is. And you can tell it's resin because look at his sword all bent. So when I get a bit of heat on it, because I've obviously got all lights looking down on it and whatnot, all the resin starts to bend. That's why I hate, boys. That's why I hate resin. I hate working with resin. So I just give it me plastic. Giggity. Sanguinius, you did well at the Eternity Gates, but as soon as you walked into Horrors, yeah, you did fuck all, mate. Which is a shame. I wish they'd have done the original rumoured lore that everyone wanted, which was he fought him. He couldn't do anything, but he put a chink in his armour, and it was a big enough gap for the Emperor to blast through and kill Horus. But no, they never did that. Rest in peace. Here's a beautiful model. A lot of the Primarchs you can't get at the minute. I think Lorgar you can get at the minute. And I think there may be one other that you can get, which may be Alfarius. But you can't get hold of any of the Primarch ones. Thunderhawk. You might recognise that from Space Marine 2, just different colours. Mastiff. Land Raiders. Yeah. Carbander. Biggest whiny bitch in the whole of 40k. Perturabo. Although, give him his due, he did kind of trick the Lion into giving... well, he never really tricked him. He basically just didn't disagree with him and just said, yeah, I'll take him. So in one of the books, the Lion gets this AI operated siege equipment, and basically he's talking to Perturabo, saying that he should have been made, and when Horus is dead, he's going to be the War Master. Blah blah blah. And Perturabo's just like, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, thanks. I'll just take these. And it's right at the very end. It's the very last couple of quotes in that book, and he basically just took all the siege weapons and took them with him, and did fuck all with them. So we had all these amazing siege weapons, would easily blast apart Emperor's palace, get all the troops in, did nothing with them. Completely pointless bit of the book. Yeah, so biggest whiny bitch in the whole of 40k. The angriest man ever. Did I just skip a couple? No, I didn't, sorry. The angriest man ever. Angrom. Not a bad model. That's Nuz in the background. Nuz, if you're watching, hello. Because me and Nuz walked around that day. But yeah, angriest man. But if you can see over here, these were the original Wordbearer colours. World Eater colours. The white with the blue. Which I think looks loads better. There's Khan. I think that looks so much better. But I think it's to say, like, you know, they got that much blood on them, it stained the white and whatnot. I think that's the law behind it. But yeah, Khan, the betrayer himself, got the shit kicked out of him by Sigismund, and I think a few other people as well. Here we go. First Legion, got all them dead Night Lords. Ta-da! There's the Lion. I think Causewayne's here somewhere as well. That could be him there. Jagatai Khan. Yeah. Look at them colours there. So they're Deathwing Knights, yeah? They're Deathwing Knights. How good does the black, the silver, and the red look compared to the green that they are now? That looks so much better. I mean, I bought some more Knights that I'm going to do these colours. So I'm going to have, apart from the bone bits on them, I'm going to do them colours. So I'm going to do the silver. Yeah. So I'm going to have a couple of units in that colour. Yeah, it looks loads better, doesn't it? Loads better. And the big guy himself, the Lion. I want another Primarch Lion model and do him in these colours and see if I can get order like that shoulder pad. Because he's still got that one, but that's slightly different. And that's totally different on his back. And a totally different backpack. But I want to paint in them colours. Just so I've got two, really. Abaddon. Yeah, so they might have been the Mournival, because Abaddon's in the same colours. But there's Sons of Horus colour. Contempt the Dread, I've got one of them for me Custodes. Contempt the Terminator. No. I don't know what Terminator armour that is. But that's Cataphracti. War Master. You hate knights. Yeah, there's the War Master. So there's two of them. So there's him after a night on the piss. There he is there, just as he's first started turning. And there's the Talon of Horus. And I forget what his mace is called in Furnace. So if anyone can remember what his mace is called, it'd be much appreciated. But another good model as well. And I like the way they do this. So they put them on a nice... They do it with all of them. So they all have a nice ornate base. But you can actually take them off. That it'll actually come out. So if you magnetise it, you can take it out and use it for the tabletop and then put it back again. Thingy done. Duncan Rhodes did a really good painting of it and showed you how you could do it. There he is. Getting a bit pissed up there. And you can see all these pipes. You know, he now needs the meth going directly into his brain. And that's... Actually, that looks like... That looks like Fabulous Bill. Fabius Bile. Is that a Custody helmet there as well? Primax would kick a Custody's ass. But yeah, that's... I mean, look how well that's painted there. A couple of little light grey highlights just to emphasise it. I love the way they do the eyes. Just start with the light yellow, move into orange to red at the end. It's quite an easy process. I tell you what I did find out as well, because I found an easier way to do my flames. So basically, the way I've done my flames on, if you go back through my videos and look for Belial and have a look at the flames on the floor, I've done it basically with 3 colours. So I've got yellow, half red, and then what I've done is across the middle, I've just done a light wash of I believe, Blood Angel contrast, and then it's made the different levels go through it, and I think it looks really cool. So it's quite an easy way of doing flames now, I've found. Moving on, back to the boys themselves. That could be Causeway, actually. I don't know. But look at the colours. They just look so much better. That was just a shit picture because it got me instead. There he is. So I have no idea what that is, because it's kind of like a weird Vindicator with a plasma, because that's a rule they should do in 11th edition because Dark Angels have more weapons and more access to more things because the Emperor trusted them a lot more. They're known as the Masters of Plasma, so they should not have the hazardous rule for any of their plasma stuff because they know how to use it better than everyone else. So that's one thing they should give them. So if they're giving everyone apart from Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves a special rule for the Oath of Moment, they should give us something like that. So a special rule, none of the plasma weapons have hazardous option. So literally you could just do they all have the bigger ones, so all the plasma guns are better. So maybe give them more points, but I think that's a better option. Jagatai, maybe coming back next rather than Lehman Russ. Shame they don't have him on a bike though. You know, there's not many White Scars on bikes, even though that's what they're famed for. There you go, Ad. Don't know if I'm a fan of that model. The wings look a bit weird. It's obviously sanguineous, and they've painted it up well. Fighting against the demons. I don't think the sculpt's that good. I think they could have done a lot better with it. Oh, that's just my opinion. I like sanguineous. I'm just not a fan of that model. Khan again. Likes to kill his own men when he gets pissed off. Angron. Yeah, your lord. Bow down to Sanguinius. Perturabo again. Then we have some knights. Don't know what house that is. It will say it somewhere. You got some quite big knights in there. There's some Forge World ones in there as well. A few more Chaos ones, I believe that was. Sorry, I skipped through it too fast. Oh no, this is Legion Imperialis. So these are Titans. So they're knights. Knights. That's not her. There's the Knight Lancer, which is the one I want. That's the knight. Begins with an A. Oh, can't remember what that one's called. But yeah, they're a bit taller. That's the one I want for my army. And then these are Legion Imperialis. So there's a... Just getting your knight. My favourite one is the Knight Lancer. So he's got a shield, and if you go on Deadly Print Studios, you can get, like, because it's a force shield, you can get the inserts for it that make it look like a force shield. It's like a blue effect. And then he's got like a big lance, and he's the Lancer. But these are Legion Imperialis, so these are the smaller ones. So the armigers, as you can see there, are about that big. And then you've got the Warhounds, which are that. And then that's what won the competition last year at the local Warhammer thing. So that's the big Warlord. That's not Warlord, it's the Imperator. It's the massive one. Or Emperor class Titan. So these are all the big stuff, which on the tabletop would be absolutely huge. They're obviously normal scale, so you could actually take one of them as a knight because it's the same size as a knight. I've got the choice of 5 for Alliance to be. Yeah. You've got likes of the. You've got these ones, so you can go for armigers. Armigers are really good to have, and you get 2 of them in a box. That's the Lancer, which I think is the best one. And then you've got this guy over here as well, who's got a sword and a gun. Yeah, just best thing to do is wait, because they're going to do a balanced data slate this week. So all the rules are going to be changing for, well, they're going to be a tweak on the rules and whatnot. So I wouldn't do anything. That's why I'm not buying anything this week until I see what the rules are. So a few more dioramas there, so that's a pretty cool one. So that's a Crash, some Raptors. I like this effect here, this smoke effect. That's pretty cool how they've done that. I'm guessing that's kind of like there's some stuff you can get for when you do model railways that do like little bushes down the side. That's just that scrumpled together. like thick flock. And then again Legion Imperialis, all the Titans, Titan battle. They do have as well all the ones that they know are definitely lore. So Angels of Redemption. So these are all the second founding, third founding chapters. So they have little models for each of them. They're all firstborn. Which I think is pretty cool. And you can look through them all and then pick your colour. So you could take a screenshot of this. Yeah, it looks like moss. It does, yeah. So you could take like what I'll do is I'll upload a lot of these onto the Discord, and you could go into it and have a little look and go, ooh, quite fancy that colour. So Sons of Yagatai, and then do which of them, like Nova Marines, and then yeah, pick your freaking loads of them. Loads of official chapters. Sorry, I thought someone was coming in then. Yeah, so this is another 30k one, I believe, as you can tell from the very old school Predators that you see there. I mean, the size of that Titan. I think this may be Legion Imperialis as well. It's a bit smaller. I did, mate. I was gutted I missed you. I'm actually popping in the morning, so we might have our very last Tom call. Because I've got to drop the car off in the morning, and then Nathan's giving me a lift over to a new place to pick my new one up. So I'll probably end up leaving ours around about 8:30. And we'll do, just for nostalgia's sake, we'll do a last Tom. You're in tomorrow, ain't you? We'll do that. That's the model Jen wanted. That she saw that, she fell in love with it. So that's Robert Gurleyman, or Rabute Gilliman. So Jen fell in love with that model. That was the first model that she wanted to buy. Walked into Games Workshop to buy it. They didn't have any stock. You are in, Sam. Yeah, I'll give you a ring in the morning, about 8:30, because picking a new demo up around about 9, just after 9. And then obviously we're going to say goodbye to Kaz, aren't we? You come in, are you coming to say goodbye to Kaz in the afternoon? It's 2 o'clock. It's not far away from... You've got that one out, haven't you? It's just all the Fulgry. It's just like, ugh. I mean, you look at Chaos and they're quite bad, and you look at that and you think, oh, for God's sake, your own 8 little prick. You are good, yeah. Well, I'll see you there definitely anyway, bud. And I think a few of you then are just heading off home, not going back into work, because it's going to be like 3 o'clock, another half an hour to get back. You're only going to be there for another 2 hours, unless you got handovers or anything. Some more of the Blue Boys. They'll be going to Legends soon. So that one is the assault class, because they're all like the mining weapons, and he's got the grav gun and the bolter, so he's ranged one. Suppressors, those the ones you got recently had, the t-shirt cannons. How you going, buddy? Thank you for popping by, I appreciate it, mate. Have a good evening. To an age to paint and been doing 40k for about a month. Took an age, yeah, he can take an age, yeah. You can, I mean, if you never have, you can always touch them up. Once you learn new techniques, that's the good thing. You can always go back and just touch things up. You don't have to strip them or anything. You don't have to do a Davos. These are pretty cool. So you can get these things. So inside the Warhammer, they were out of stock actually. You can get the Land Raider with all these extra little bits on to jazz them up. They used to be character. They were tanks, but they were character models, I believe, in 8th. They're nice to have, but they're kind of pointless. I mean, it's not bad because it's like 100 quid, and you get a Rhino and you get a Land Raider, which are still usable in the game today. Well, Rhino only if you take a tactical Marine squad, which really now they should open that up so you can use Rhinos for Primaris as well. But the Land Raider is good to use, but you get all the extra little bits just to... you got them after... Yeah, fair enough. Space Wolves, there he is. Father Christmas on his sleigh. Logan Grimm now. On his sleigh. Apparently he's getting a new model, and he's not going to be on the sleigh anymore. He's going to be on foot with the wolves around him. Yeah, Santa's sleigh. And then here you have another massive diorama. I mean, this is a Forge World thing. This is huge. It's about that freaking big. Can anyone say what it is? Davos returns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that on the page for a minute because I am absolutely busting for a pee. So I'm just going to turn this off and I'll be back in a second. So speak amongst yourselves and I'll be back in a sec. Sorry about that. I was absolutely busting. So my apologies. Sorry about that. Where's my there you go. Hello, I'm back. I'm back. Yes, that is Death Guard. So you can see the colours, the nurgly things. So let me zoom in a little bit so you can have a good look. So we'll start with the big boy at the back. I mean, look at that. Whoever's done that is pretty cool. So Nurgle Titan. That's a pretty cool Nurgle Soul Grinder. And then I think they're up against my boys because there's all the Deathwing Knights. Plague Burster, flyers and stuff. That's a better picture of him. Look at that. How cool is that? So someone's took an existing model and converted it to make that. Which I think, yeah, you want it all. I'll have all the Space Marine stuff. You, the Dark Angel stuff. You have all the Nurgle stuff. I'll agree with you on that one. And then you've got things being attacked up here and landing and fighting and killing. Down here you've got some dark... That's a shit picture. Let me see if we get a better one. That's even worse. Sorry. There you go. Hellblasters. Captain there leading them. A couple of flyers coming through. Yeah, they had to put metal poles on here holding it in place because they're that freaking heavy. But you recognise them from Space Marine 2. Inceptors, they nerfed them multiple times. They just nerfed them again. Let's better look at that guy. Oh shit, sorry. Look at that. Eventually I will have a big Titan like that. I'm going to get one. Don't fancy building it, put it together like, but I will get one eventually. God, I've been on nearly an hour and a half, not played any Space Marine yet. Jen, you can do a Soul Grinder as Nurgle if you wanted to. I don't know how we're going to do it. I think that's parts from a Great Unclean one. We'd have to figure out how to do it if you wanted one. Yeah, we'll skip through these. There's Belial. Deathwing Knights. This is all the new scale stuff now. There is a Brutalis Dreadnought. Don't know what that is. Don't know who's carrying it either. Right, we'll skip on to the next one now because I've realised what time it is. So there's all new Dark Angel stuff. So you can actually see the size differences because there's Ezekiel, the Master of Librarians, who hasn't got a new model yet, compared to Azrael, and that's the Primaris sized. So you got Lazarus, Standard Captain, Captain in Gravis, Azrael, and then Ezekiel. It's got the smallest base known to humankind because not even the standard intercessors are on that size base now. Don't know why. Sorry, I thought it was Tigris then, but it's not. It's just a standard librarian. But yeah, so I can't wait to get a new one of him. I'm not buying him deliberately because he's too small. Aggressors started off great in 10th, but it's this edge highlighting here. For me, I don't want to edge highlight every single freaking edge. I just don't think it looks right. Yeah, your All Chosen have a whole base, yeah, because they're from 5th edition. Your Chosen now should have bases that size, like on the Aggressor. But I am not a fan. I have to say that Impulsor, I'm not a fan of the edge highlighting. I don't think every single edge should be highlighted. That's just me. I just don't think it looks right. I think it looks shit. Other people might disagree, and obviously a professional painter's done that, not me, but not a fan. Green Eggs and Ham. Yeah, cell shade like Borderland. Yeah, I agree with that, yeah. Samael. And he's the only person at the minute, apart from probably the new White Scars character that's coming out soon. He's the only Space Marine who has a jet bike. Yeah, and he's the leader of the Raven Guard. So Death Guard is the first chapter. Raven Guard's second. Not second chapter. Deathwing's the first wing. Raven Wing's second wing. So on and so forth. Because obviously you have 1,000 men and 100 of each, and there's 10 of them. So like Lazarus is the leader of the 5th company. Sorry, that's it. So he's the leader of the 2nd company. Yeah, stop reading your book. But yeah, he's the leader of the 2nd company, the Raven Wing, which is pretty cool. And he leads these boys here. There's the original Belial model, and then there's the replacement to it. But this is the Flames here I was telling you about here. So if you do yellow at the bottom, because obviously it's more closer to white when it's hotter, and it's red when it's furthest away, the flame fat before it flicks out. And literally, yellow, red, put this one ink colour across the top of it, and it just does that. But that Belial model is stunning. I wasn't a huge fan of this here. Didn't get it. But yeah, still got its sort of secrets. Yeah, they look earphones, they do, yeah. Asmodai. Not great, a fantastic model. Yeah, and I've done him with the smoke exactly the same as this, but you get the option to do it just without the smoke. But yeah, not great in the game. He's not got the best rules, and that is totally wrong. Had to Redempt the Dread in the background, Deathwing colours without a fucking plasma gun. Wrong. They should have plasmas like this. Masters of Plasma, and that's them all there. So you've got. So Land Raider, Whirlwind, Vindicator, Predator, Razorback, Land Raider. You've got a few different variants there. So you've got Hellblasters. They are Devastators, so they're firstborn. Interceptors. They're very old. Then they're the old veteran squad, because that's like a melter. That one. Raven Wing. They need an upgrade, because they're the old original Raven Wing. They're the size that I've got, and they're the new bikes, and you can just see the massive difference in them. Flyers. There you go. There's all the Dark Angels. And then right at the top, Belial, Inner Circle Companions. Inner Circle Companions should be down here, really. But the reason they put this guy at the front when he shouldn't be is because that's what I don't get. When they did the combat patrol for the Dark Angels, they put a unit of Blade Guard, they put a unit of Hellblasters, they put a unit of Intercessors, and then they put a Gravis Captain who can't lead any of them. Don't get that. So we'll have a load of units in Tactica's armour, but we'll put a Gravis Captain who can only lead other Gravis units as the captain in the box. Don't get that. There you go, Ad. This is for you. Oh, don't want to look at him. Oh, I'm offended. Here you go. That's for Ad. That'll be a Voxcaster in his helmet. Fair enough. But there's the Sanguinor. That is... what's his name? Oh, what's his name? He only recently came out as well with Lamarty's, didn't he? I can never remember his name. And then further down here, you'll have Lamarty's hiding and stuff. Oh, has Adam gone back? Oh, has he gone, has he? Oh, I didn't see that. Is that when I went for a wee? Sorry about that. Yep, that is the weirdest one that they ever did. Two things wrong with it. So then both of them models come together. So you've got the bird and you've got Cortez there that you see with the smallest body in the world and the longest legs in the world. And then they made this thing meant to be skimming over the top of it, but it looks like it's part of him. Fucking stupid. That's the model I want. I know someone who's got one. I know someone who's live streaming on himself who's got one of them, and I need to try and get it off him. Or buy it off him or something. Yeah, because that's much better than the current Vindicare Assassin. And you got the Colexus stat. I love the Colexus. There's the current Vindicare Assassin there. Or Vindicari, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I call it Vindicare. Yeah, wish my recast had this model and stuff. Yeah, it would be nice. That is such a good model. But I know someone who's got one. I'm going to try and get it off him. How do you pronounce it? Vindicari? Because that's what they say in the book. Or Vindicare, as I call it. I've got one of them, as you might have seen. I've done her in Lady Deadpool colours. Colexus, Calidus, and... No, Evansaur. That's what I meant, sorry. Evansaur, not Colexus. Done her out with all them. More Imperial Fists. I'm going to skip through them now because... Yeah, Vindicare, that's what I say. Yeah, that's what I say. Vindicare, not Vindicari. Some Krieg, which they've just replaced, so that model's null and void now. Gene Stealer Cults. Killed one of them the other day, Carnifex. This is that massive model, that big Tyrannid invasion with the Haradron and everything. We had a quick look at that the other day. That's Webway Portal with some Dark Eldar coming through. Or Drakari, as they say now. And there is a picture. I was saying there was... let me see if I can find it. Because there is a Biotitan in this, which you'll see in a minute. You can kind of just make him out there. There he is. So there's the Biotitan at the bottom. And there is a dead one as well, which I took a picture of. So they have managed to take one down. And I must have been shooting the last cannons that day because I got him. Tyranids are really good. It's just a horde army. I couldn't be arsed painting them. Unless I can find a really good way of doing some speed painting. Get him up there. Oh, what's his name now? He's the Shrike. Shrike. I never noticed that. I must have noticed it on the day. But I didn't realise Shrike was ripping his... ripping the Hive Lord's wings apart. Never noticed that. That's pretty cool. There it is. There's the big Biotitan. I've got a better picture of it in a minute on its own in a cabinet. That's one of the best models that they have. Just that rank and file. I think I mentioned this the other night on the stream. You know, just looking at all the Inquisition people there and the high ups. Not bad. Yeah, and they say Vindicari in the novel, or the audio guy does, and I've always said Vindicare, and I've never been said wrong when I went into Games Workshop. So, just look at them, just such good. I thought it's my favourite model, that one, just because it's all the rank and file of it. I think this goes back to that Tyrannid one. Yeah, there we go. There's the dead Bio-Titan there you can see in the background. So they've took an expensive Bio-Titan resin model and just used it for bits, which I think is fucking hilarious. Yeah. Tiananmen Square, maybe. Davos. Are they taking one more? No. Vindicare tend to work alone. A lot of the assassins tend to work alone. You don't tend to get them teaming up. It's only in that book you had one of each one teaming up to take down Horus. It was called... what was the book called? Let me just go into my Audible. I'll tell you now. Visit Audible. Library... Nemesis. So if you read Nemesis, it's all about a group of assassins that have been sent in to kill Horus. You get them all working together. The Calidus, the Calexus, the Evansaur, the Vindicare, and one other one, which they don't really have now. And this is the massive one. So you can see the size of it there. So that's one of them big Warlord Titan that we were talking about before. And like that's one of them big tanks. I'm just trying to see if there's anything. So there's a Rhino, just to give you an idea. There's a Rhino. Or is that a Land Raider? No, it's a Rhino. Yeah, that is how big this thing is. And I haven't got it all in the freaking picture either. There's the rest of it. Absolutely huge. And that's the height of it. So when you get round to it, it's about, when I'm stood upright, it's about the same height as me. And you can see like Bloodthirsters attacking. So it's like it's World Eaters and Khorne against Ultramarines. We had a good look at some of these the other day, Jen's ones. Yeah, all these took pictures. There's a box note, so you can tell how old it is because when did the Redemptor and everything come out? It was 8th edition when all the Primaris came out. So talking 6 years. So this is older than 6 years. Because there aren't any of the new upgraded dreadnoughts. Carbanda versus Marnius and his Victrix Honor Guard. That's a better view of him, but it's not a good picture. Is that Kato Zacharias? I'm Kato Zacharias. Because I believe he's part of the Honor Guard now, isn't he? I don't think Marnius is going to survive that. Primaris refresh, yeah, when they upscale it again. What they're going to be called, Primaris Plus. Yeah, we'll just skip through these because I think I don't even know what number we're up to, but there's a freaking lot of them. This was like the 21st of December last year. And weirdly, they have sound effects in the background of explosions and gunfire and stuff like that. And it probably was pretty good when it first came out, but it's gone shite now. I don't know if the speakers are gone, but it just didn't sound right. Or Possessed. Marnius. Carbanda. She was obviously bored. Playing on her phone. Can't be arsed looking. Boyfriend's had to drag her there. Oh, there was a guy there. I think he went into Forge World and grabbed like about 10 of the biggest boxes that they had, and it was all piled about that big. And bet you that cost him a fortune. There's a Knights. Possessed. Bad picture. No idea what this green thing is. This red thing is in the background. Yeah, we were trying to figure out what they were as well, what the symbols were, like what company. Warhound being taken down by a drop pod. Sorry, I feel like I'm going to sneeze in case you wonder why I'm rubbing my nose. Reaver Titan. We'll skip through. There he is. Yeah, because someone said that Gilliman was in it. I found him. And I think I said on the last one there's an assassin apparently on the Warlord Titan, him over there. Apparently if you go have to get really down here and get your camera looking at it with your torch on. But apparently there's an assassin stuck to his ass. That's one of the little Easter eggs. So anytime you go Warhammer World, that's what we're checking. We're going to see if we can find the assassin on his ass. I was going to have a look, but I couldn't be asked. Right, let's skip on. There you go, Jen. There's a better picture for you for your favourites. Stretch Armstrong. And there's a few of them hanging around. Right, there you go. Massive Tau exhibit as well, with that massive thing. That is a... Oh, what the hell is that? It's not a hammerhead, is it? I can't remember. I'm not a Tau player. I don't know. So Admech versus with some Knights versus Tau. Sorry, the picture quality is a bit shit, but the size of these Titans. So you can see there one of the little Admechs right next to him. Ridiculous the size differences on them. And then he had a couple of things in the cabinet. Orc fights. That was pretty good. It's like Black Hawk Down. You can see him fighting. It's just very much like Black Hawk Down. Look at them up, surrounded on all sides. I think that was the inspiration for it. Just can't remember what these things are called. Yeah, they're trying to. It is basically Black Hawk Down. Look, they're coming in there in the Humvees. Yeah, it's Black Hawk. This one's the Black Hawk Down one. Yeah, it is. This one has to be inspired by Black Hawk Down because they're right in the middle. They're all coming out to get him. They're all standing fighting. And I'm not going to say the line that's going to set everyone off that someone's down and he's going to wait outside. Women say men don't cry. Watch that scene with us. You'll soon see it. So what's this now? Oh yeah, Sisters of Battle. Or Adeptus Sororitas, as they are now. Against some World Eaters. Couldn't think what the name was then at all. Morgan Val's in there somewhere. Actually, no, she might not be. I don't think she'd come out at that point. So these are all the Forge World stuff, and I've no idea what they are. I just thought they were really, really cool, and just took pictures of them. Is that the Norn Emissary? There's Norn Emissary. Yeah, no idea what that big fucker is. Oh, you got your money back in the bank now? Awesome. Awesome, buddy. I'm glad to hear that. Glad that got sorted nice and quick for you. All different paints ideas. So that's different Hive fleets. So obviously you've got Hive Fleet Leviathan, which is that one. I'm not sure what painting scheme that one is, what Hive Fleet that is, because I'm not big up on Tyranids. Someone will probably put it in the comments. And Screamer Killer. That's what I did the video for today, the Ravener. I double tapped it. I didn't even realise I'd done that, so I was fast forwarding through the videos and I found it. You got one of them free, they're not free, you got one of them in the box set recently because they weren't selling very well. So last Christmas's Orc box set, you got one of them with it. And I'm trying to freaking remember what it's called. Oh, what is one of them? I can't remember what it's called. Yeah. Some Forge World Eldar Titans. Actually, no, are they Forge World them ones? I know these Wraith Lords are not, but I'm not sure if these are Forge World or not. That's such a good model when that came out. I think that was Model of the Year, that thing. The Avatar of Cain. The Eldar are really cool, but I just don't like the idea of elves in space. So that's why I could never do an Eldari army. Leagues of Votann. Yeah, moving on. Look at that. Why can't they do Necron, Tyranid, Eldar, Orc, Terrain? Also, they just have to release these things, right? These would be perfect. Yeah, like pack of 6 of them. That bit of the front, just as like a barracks that you can go into with then the Dolmen portal. Why can't they do that? Give the people what they want. Weirdly, there is a Redemptor on that one. So that's obviously a lot newer model. Because you've got Repulsor. Don't believe that's an Executioner. Let's skip through these because we're nearly 2 hours deep. Because I told you I took a lot of friggin' photos. Well, I'm not boring people. I feel like you're a great uncle when he comes out. Right, let's have a little look at the slideshow, shall we? And this is the one we did of here. And this is the one we did of... Death Guard. Defiler, which you don't see very often. Not many people use them. I think they may go to Legends soon. Morty! We definitely need a character we can call Rick. So there's got to be a Rick and Morty. There's got to be something in there for Rick and Morty. I'm just trying to think who's got the closest name to Rick. Jen, do you reckon you're going to be able to paint it that colour? Do you reckon you can have a go? So cool. Are you going to do them colours as well? Yeah, you have run your Soul Grinder as a Defiler. You can proxy anything as long as you both agree it. Abaddon. I quite like Abaddon. I actually quite like Abaddon. I think he's very misunderstood. But I think a lot of people don't like him because he has like the greatest defense ever. He's got plot armor. But that's painted very, very well, isn't it? His big red hair. Vashtor. You've got one of them, Jen. You got that recently. Lots of Helldrakes. Titans. I think we had a look at these ones the other day. The ones Jen did. Dark Apostles. Look at that. Bellicor. So I was painted that. But this one's 40k one because you can see that's the replacement from that knight. So that's obviously the old the Marine, which you can paint any colour you want. And no doubt Jen will probably paint it fucking Dark Angels. And then you can replace these chains here, because as you can see there, you've got the Marine helmets and whatnot. Like Orc heads or Orc skulls and whatnot. Yeah, it's got a few of them as well. Forge Fiend, Mauler Fiend, Venom Crawler. Actually, both of them are... Yeah, they're all Mauler Fiend, sorry. There's a picture of an Orc clan off top of your head. Fair enough. Not the best picture. Ah, right, okay. A Rictus. Okay. There's a Rictus Orc clan, so we could have Rictus and Morty. Excuse me, sorry. I knew it was coming. I was trying to stop it. Rictus and Morty. There you go. We could try that. There you go. That's a better picture. Because he does have quite an open... I'm going to sneeze again. Where's that gone? Yeah, so he's quite an... There is an open aperture there, so you could put anything you wanted inside there and have it doing what you want. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, that's quite a nice one. Again, that's just a bit of shading, bit of non oil, bit of highlighting, dry brushing. Yeah, that was what inspired me to do it. That was the colour I want to do the Helldrake, because that is that's Nightlord colours. So that's the colour I wanted it. Actually, it could be Thousand Suns colours, but that's the colour I wanted the Helldrake to be. But then breathe in that fire, which I thought would look quite cool. But now I'm thinking maybe do it the pink colours, like the Emperor's Children, so she can use it in a game. And then there's some models that people have been painted, so all the different varietals that you can have Terminators in and whatnot. And we had a quick look at these the other day. There's the other Bio-Titan. So a different colour scheme for the Bio-Titan. Big gangly fuckers. Excuse my French. Just little things like that I think are pretty cool, where they just put the little model. So he's obviously just stood working, making sure everything's okay, and they painted it like A1. Haradron. I'm not sure what these are. Why do men sneeze so many times? I don't know. We just do. Alright, we just do. That, I think, is gorgeous. Davos, you know about Necrons. Is that a Catan shard? Is that... What's that called? And is that plastic or resin? Because I don't know what that is. But it's pretty cool, whatever it is. Because they look like they're about to come off and attack you. And they're going to shoot you. Because that's definitely a Catan shard. Yeah, it's a Catan. Is that the shard, though? Because I know it's not the Tesseract Vault. Ah, cool, thank you. Yeah, so it's a Catan and a Tesseract Vault. Thank you. Because I'd love to get that and paint that up. I think that looks absolutely stunning. I was saying to Jen when we were walking around, is that the largest plastic kit, is it? I was saying to Jen as we were walking around, I remember when the Monolith first came out. That's when I was working for him. And it's a lot smaller than they are now. I'd like to paint him. I bet he's a ball ache to paint, Davos, because you've got him, haven't you? I bet he's an absolute ball ache to paint. Because that looks like a shard of a Catan up there. Silent King. Doesn't say much. See, when I was there was only 2 Catan as well. There was the Nightbringer, him, and there was the Deceiver. So there wasn't the Void Dragon. You read about the Void Dragon in Mechanicus, one of the books. But yeah, it was a lot smaller than that. It was probably about 3/4 that size when it came out, and it never had the Dolmen Gate there that you could walk through either. These are different. They're still very much the same. Remember when I was saying before about the little plastic things that you put in? That's them. So they're destroyers. They're heavy destroyers. So I was there when they came out, and the metal wraiths. So like these are new to me anyway. I think that is that Aquilans there jumping in. Night Lords, these are all the kill team, so that was the Night Lord that came out. We're getting quite close to the end now. Necromunda. Yeah, he was stuck under Mars Infernus. And I think that's it. That's them all. Because after that, then that door to the right of it, you walk out, and then you're in the... you're back in the... what's it called? Back in the shop. They deliberately bring you back out into the shop. So you kind of go through this door over here, and it's all walking around. Then you come back round, and then you're in the shop there. Right, so we've been on now 2 hours. Should we crack on and do a little bit of Space Marine 1? Right, so let me go to that one and go to that one and see if this bloody thing works.